Y'all figure we have to edit this shit out and stuff yet, or
Jawan's is doing the editing.
okay,
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
cool,
Cause he
cool,
got
cool.
the software and shit.
Yeah, true, true. All right, bet. That's a bet. What's good, peoples? We gotta call our family, bro.
Uh, What's
We
going
gotta give them
on?
a name, bro.
We gotta give him a name.
Yeah, bro. I've been thinking about that.
Hmm. I don't know. That's a good one. We gonna have to
We
add
got
up.
definitely gotta come up with the name for our supporters.
Yeah,
You feel me? Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure, for sure, for sure. Well, welcome back to the podcast. We
I
down one.
have. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say welcome back to the podcast. We down one, but it's still
Yup.
gonna be the show. Still gonna be a
Missing Jay. I'm missing Jay, man. He gotta go handle some family stuff, but he'll be back next weekend.
for sure, for sure, for sure.
When we record the other one.
Yeah. How your week going though, bro? Well, how was your week? How was your week?
It was good, bro. I got a little sick early in the week, but I'm back. I'm good. I'm bouncing back though.
All right.
Shit hit me hard, but it was more of just like a little sinus thing.
I feel that.
Yeah, but I'm back and I'm better though. Just been chilling, bro. Just working, bro. Just staying out the way for real. Ain't done to do.
I feel that.
Hell yeah.
Shoot. My week was alright, man. I found out I didn't get promoted.
They always trying to keep a brother down, bro.
I didn't get promoted. Fuck y'all.
Well, you can see my fishing post all the way back there.
Fuck y'all. Whoever's running the whole Air Force motherfucking testing shit. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all.
I'm crying.
Fuck y'all. Fuck the people that said I shouldn't be no supervisor. Fuck y'all too.
Oh, they said that?
They didn't say it, but because I didn't get promoted, they that means I'm not ready to be a supervisor. That's how they say it. So fuck y'all, fuck your mammy, fuck your auntie, fuck all them motherfuckers.
No, that's right, bro. Fuck 'em. It's all good, though. We trying to make this shit blow up.
We gonna make
So you
this
can
shit
work
blow.
for ourselves. You feel me?
We got big plans. We gonna work for ourselves.
Hell yeah.
So, so fuck y'all. I don't even
Definitely gonna
know.
take some time, but hey, yo. We're gonna try to stay as consistent. Try to get y'all more content. I told him I want to do other things too, man.
Nah, for sure.
Besides just doing the podcast, I'm trying like vlogs.
Hmm.
When we go out of town to see him, he come down here to see us. You
Yeah.
feel me? I feel like we should post some of those on here too. It'd be lit.
Hmm.
I mean, we gotta invest in better equipment, bro. Too. That's the main thing.
We going to for sure.
Yeah, yeah. We just gotta just found some deals right now. I just don't want no like anything. I want something that's gonna last a few years. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, or at least can keep up with the newer shit that's dropping.
Nah, for sure. For sure.
Hmm.
I feel like I know Jawan's is not here, but I do feel like we should stick to the script.
Oh, you want to do the true crime joint?
Yeah, we could do the true crime joint.
All right, so I was supposed to go again.
I just read the true crime and
Oh yeah, and I gotta see who did it, who I feel like did it at the end.
yeah,
All right, bet.
or why they think or why we think they did it.
Okay.
Let me see. I was reading one earlier this week actually. Crazy enough, I was reading it unintentionally. I had the
Yo, I think I'm gonna hop on after this. I'm gonna hop on the forest gang.
you gonna hop on the forest?
Yeah, bro. That joint kind of got me in a chokehold right now.
Hell yeah.
Or for real, I really want to be. I wanted to play Red Dead, bro.
Let me see.
Oh yeah, I'm so full, bro. You know how many plates of spaghetti I ate, gang? I had
many?
like 4 plates of spaghetti, bro.
Four,
With
bro.
four garlic rolls, bro. Like my ass is getting fat.
Nah, you like me yesterday when I ate the
And them damn
like
pancakes.
six pancakes, bro.
And it be like that, bro. I used to do that shit, bro. Pancakes are really like it will put you to sleep, bro. Like them shits to make you take a nap.
Nah, I was too done, bro. Bro, I passed out after them pancakes, bro.
But do you have anything else? Did you have anything else with it?
Nah, it was just pancakes.
Oh damn. See me, man. I went to cook me some turkey bacon. Yeah, yo, turkey bacon.
Nah,
Fire.
your turkey
By the
bacon
way,
fucking.
thank you for putting me on that. That shit was fire.
Yeah, man.
It
I'm
has
trying to
like
get.
a salty, sweet texture, bro.
I'm trying to get all my homies off that pork, man. I'm trying to get all my homies
Yeah,
off
I ain't gonna lie. That pork is I ain't gonna lie, good, bro.
that
But
shit. Big
that
as
turkey bacon is healthier for you for sure.
that
Yeah,
shit make you feel so damn heavy, bro.
that's 43% less sodium. It what?
What for turkey bacon? I'm trying to get all my homies off that pork, man. Let's see. Okay, y'all ready for this true crime? Y'all ready for this true crime? You love Aquarius men? I'm glad you do. I am one. Oh, what happened? He left. You had to join back. What happened? I might have to invite him back. We having mad technical difficulties right now. Mad technical difficulties. It's been going on all night. You know what I'm saying? Fine star baby. What the hell? Thick like honey. Let me see. I can't even see that shit. You look like a, I don't know. You look like a dude. You look like a man. Get this nut out of here. We dealing with some technical difficulties, y'all. Give us a second. We sorting everything out. There's a lot going on. I don't know if his Wi-Fi went out or what. Oh no, my shit tripping. I don't know if his Wi-Fi went out or what, but we gon' I guess we ain't got no choice but to press on type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody shit doing everything, man. Oh yeah, this is the website I was on earlier for this shit. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the hell going on. But, however, we're gonna press on with this true crime reading because that's what we had. That's what we had planned for today. So that's what we had planned for this week. So that's what we gonna do. We gonna run with this true crime joint. You feel me? So I'm about to get to reading. Don't laugh at how I read. Don't laugh at how I read. 1 second. Let me pull up my other page real quick, and then we'll get to getting. I don't know what's going on with everybody's shit though. Y'all doing alright though? Y'all good? Y'all chilling? Tight beat. Alright, move this tab over there. Tight beat. Alright, we'll start with this true crime reading type shit. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get active on it because that was on the docket. That's what was on the docket. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's on the docket. That's what's on the docket. Give me 1 second. I need to get my reading glasses. I need to get my reading glasses. So give me a second. Hold up. Alright. We back. We about to read this true crime story. Y'all ready? Alright. Let me know if y'all can hear me or not. We gonna rock out. Get a little splash tequila in my cup for the reading. Alright. So this one is called The Body Room 348. So check me out. The corpse at the Elegante Hotel stymied the Beaumont, Texas police. They could find no motive for the killing of the popular oil and gas man Greg Flanagan, and no explanation for how he received his strange internal injuries, bent on tracking down his killer. Flanagan's widow Susie turned to private investigator Ken Brennan, the subject of a previous Vanity Fair story. Once again, as Mark Bowden reports, it was Brennan's sleuthing that cracked the case. So check me out, bro. Check me out. Greg Flanagan traveled light and lived tidy. After so many years on the road, he would leave his rolling suitcase open on the floor of his hotel room and use it as a drawer. Dirty clothes went on the closet floor, shirts he wanted to keep unwrinkled hung above. Toiletries were in the pocket of a cloth folding case that hooked onto a towel rack in the bathroom. At the end of the day, he would slide off his worn brown leather boots and line them up by the suitcase, drop his faded jeans to the floor, and put on lightweight cotton pajama buttons. Crazy. Most evenings, he never left the room. He would crank up the air conditioner. He liked the cool room at night. He liked the cool. Hold up, because they they on it. Hold on. Let me try sending the thing again. All right, I just sent another invite. All right. Most evenings he never left the room. He would crank up the air conditioner. He liked the cool room at night and sit on the bed leaning back on two pillows propped against the headboard, considerately to avoid soiling the bedspread. He would lay out a clean white hand towel on which he placed his ashtray, cigarette pack, lighter, Blackberry, and TV remote, and a candy bar. He smoked and broke off candy bar bits while watching TV. This is where Greg was on the evening of Wednesday, September 15th, 2010, in room 348. Message of the MCM Elegante Hotel in Beaumont, Texas. Lounging, smoking, snacking on a Reese's Crispy Crunchy bar. Crazy. Sipping
Wait,
root beer
what the
in the
fuck
back.
did I just hear you just say?
No, it was. I'm reading the story now, bro.
Oh, okay. To who?
Huh?
To who?
To the people on TikTok.
Oh, they can't even see me.
Nah, they can't see me. I'm on TikTok from my phone.
Uh,
Hell yeah.
okay.
Alright. I'm about to read this joint. Uh, Lounging, smoking, snacking on a Reese's Crispy Crunchy bar, sipping root beer, and watching Iron Man 2. He missed the ending. It's crazy because this nigga's name is Greg.
Now, first of all, why would you? You know what? You cut
I
off.
didn't. I did, bro. This is the first one that I read.
You're done.
I didn't read this joint
Violation.
all the way through. I didn't read it all the way through. Greg was accustomed to solitary nights. As a young man, he had worked as a chief engineer on ocean-going vessels. Spending months at sea in middle age, he had reinvented himself as a landman. Wild. A familiar occupation in South Texas, easing the exploitation of mineral rights on private property of gas and oil companies. Slender with a close cropped white beard and withered skin of a lifelong outdoorsman. This nigga sound like Slender Man. He
Bro, he
had
sound like an old head.
no, he sound like Slender. He sound like he needs some lotion. He had partnered with his brother Michael in a thriving oil land leasing business based in the small city east of Houston. Every Monday morning, he would make the 2 hour drive in his pickup from Lafayette, Louisiana, heading west on Interstate 10 through scruffy Gulf Shore farmland broken only by cell phone towers, oil derricks, and billboards advertising motel chains, value restaurants, adult superstores. Ooh, that sounds like my type of store, and other local attractions. So, for one, we know that this man obviously needs lotion in a bath. He drives 2 hours to work every day. That's wild. Couldn't be me. This dude is definitely a sketchy character. Um, what was that? It took him through the stink of the big Conoco Phillips refinery at Lake Charles, a forest of piping giant tanks and towering chimneys. The hotel was just off the Cloverleaf outside Beaumont. His company rented him a room in the cabana. Ooh, that sounds fancy. A three-story wing that wrapped around a small swimming pool framed by potted palm trees. This place sounds like a vacation. That Wednesday night, watching his movie, Greg got an email from his wife, Susie, shortly after 7. Susie was using a computer program to file for her tax extension. After she reported her progress, he wrote back, "You're doing good, babe." She's doing good, babe. At some point during the loud computer generated shutdown at the end of the film, amid all the fake violence, Greg was struck from nowhere with a very real and shattering blow. A blow so violent it would blind a man with pain. He managed to get off the bed and move toward the door before he fell, legs splayed and face first. He was probably dead by the time his face hit the green rug. The following morning, Susie Flanagan called Greg's office. Husband and wife usually spoke every morning, but he hadn't called. He wasn't answering his phone when he failed to turn up. When he failed to turn up at the office, two of his coworkers drove over to the hotel and knocked on his door. There was no answer, so they got the hotel manager to open it. Their alarmed calls brought an ambulance and Beaumont police. They found a middle they found a middle-aged man dead on the rug, prone and doubled over. A spent cigarette cupped delicately between two stiff fingers of his left hand. Room 348 was stuffy and exceptionally warm. The man's skin color had gone grayish blue. There was a wet spot at the crotch of his blue pajamas, but that wasn't unusual. What was he doing? Detective Scott Apple showed up a little more than an hour late. He is a short and very fit man with graying hair that he wears combs straight up in spikes. He sounds like a op. He is all cop, obviously. His wife had been a cop. He met he met her on the job. He was one of the assault team leaders on the department's SWAT team. He is one of those men who never stopped working. Well, he need to get himself some pussy every now and then. I mean, shit. But here to there was little here to interest him. No sign of a break-in or struggle. Nothing disturbed in the room. No blood or obvious wounds. Flanagan's wallet was still in the back pocket of his jeans and had a stack of $100 bills in it, so robbery wasn't an issue. Bro was paid. Those staying in the nearby rooms had heard nothing. As Apple questioned neighbors, he told them it was probably a natural cause thing. Sad. He poked around Flanagan's bags, looking mostly for pills, some clue to his collapse. There were none. Susie and Michael later told him that Greg never went to a doctor. He was a stubbornly independent man, suspicious of authority and unmoved by modern passion for health and fitness. He did not exercise, big back. He had chain smoked his entire adult life and had the nagging cough to prove it. This nigga was unhealthy. He neither drank nor ate to excess, but did both freely. It was easy to conclude that his choices had simply caught up with him. Susie was ready to believe it. She was shocked and grief stricken, but she accepted that. For Greg, sudden death was a possibility. In fact, she took some solace in it. He had checked out his own terms many times. She had heard him remark upon hearing of someone's dying suddenly, "Lucky bastard, that's how I want to go." And so he had. That's crazy. He put that on himself. At the hotel, police saw the death as routine. A photographer snapped pictures to make a record of the scene, and the body was driven by a transport service to the Jefferson County Medical Examiner for an autopsy. The only mystery here appeared to be medical, and it was likely minor. It was likely a minor mystery at that. Dr. Tommy Brown had a time-tested method. It took him 45 minutes to conduct a post-mortem exam, inspecting a body inside and out, measuring and weighing organs, all the while describing what he found and noting the metrics that fleshed out the official form. He was all business, crisp, efficient, and confident. Brown was thin and bald on top and had a spray of unruly white hair on the sides that gave off a mad scientist vibe. This nigga was working for Robot Chicken. He did everything fast. He even talked fast. He was a local character, part of the legal landscape in Jefferson County, and a respected one. Where death was concerned, in this corner of Texas, Dr. Tommy Brown's word was law. This is long as shit. The circumstances of Greg Flanagan's death, as reported, were unremarkable. On the table before him was a 55-year-old Caucasian male who appeared to be in decent shape after methodical inspection. I fucked that word up all the way up. After methodical inspection, the only marks Brown found on the body were a 1-inch abrasion on his left cheek where his face had hit the rug, and curiously a half-inch laceration of his scrotum. This nigga was yanking his shit. That's why he had that wet spot on his pants. That's wild. He was a horny motherfucker. This was interesting. The sac itself was swollen and discolored. Oh my god. And around the wound was a small amount of edema fluid. The bruising had spread up through the groin area and across the right hip, something that hit him hard. It's wild. The story his body told grew more intriguing when Brown opened the front torso. He discovered a surprising amount of blood and extensive internal damage. A certain amount of partly digested food had been torn from his intestines. The doctor found a small laceration there and on the stomach and liver, as well as 2 broken ribs and a hole in the right atrium of his heart. The condition of his insides reflected severe trauma. Flanagan had been beaten to death or crushed. Brown concluded that the wound to his genitals likely had been caused by a hard kick. He had also taken a blow to the chest to sever it. A blow to the chest so severe, I'm fucking up. A blow to the chest so severe it had caused lethal damage. He would have bled out in less than 30 seconds. On the official form next to manner of death, Brown wrote homicide. Um, okay, this is the last. Nope, 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 nope. Thought it was. So what do we think about this shit so far? What do we think about this shit? Oh, he left again. What do we think about this shit so far, man? I mean, shit. I don't know. You think it's homicide? You think it could be homicide? It's possibly homicide, maybe, possibly. You don't know. Let's keep reading and then we can enjoy it, shall we? Let's keep. My nose is itchy on this side. I don't know why the fuck. But before we continue, let's take a quick break. Let's take a quick break, bro. Take a quick break, quick, quick. I've been reading for like 30 minutes. This is crazy. This is the most reading I've done all week, honestly. I'm not gonna hold it. I'm not gonna hold it. Hmm. I need one more. I need one more. Keep this energy up. You feel me? Keep the energy up. Ooh. Alright. Need a little something. We're gonna keep reading. Well, I don't know why my nose itch so bad, bro. Okay. Let's do it too. Alright. Who done it? Who done did this shit? We about to find out. When he got this surprising news, Detective Apple called Brown immediately for an explanation. The doctor told him that the man in 348, the room number, the man in 348, the room number, had suffered the kind of severe internal injuries he was more used to seeing in crash victims. But he wasn't in a crash. He was in the room. Or in someone found under a heavy falling object. There are not that many murders in Beaumont. Greg's was one of 10 that year, which was about average. Most are not mysterious. Detective work was usually a matter of doing the obvious, interviewing the drunk boyfriend with gunpowder on his hands, or finding the neighborhood drug dealer who was owed money. A case like this was a once in a career event. If you enjoy working a stubborn whodunit, which Apple does, that's Detective Apple. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. That's Detective Apple, which Apple does. Then this one was an exciting challenge. So he liked the challenge. He liked it. He liked it. But the problem with the hard cases is that they are indeed hard. Giggity. Over the next weeks and months, Apple chased down every angle he could imagine to explain the death of Greg Flanagan. Uh, but about 6 months into it, he was stuck. Damn, 6 months, no explanation. Crazy shit. The physical evidence didn't add up. Unless Greg had been beaten to death elsewhere and his body had been returned to the room and carefully placed on the rug. Nothing about the scene added up to a crime. How does a man get beaten so severely that ribs crack, inner organs tear, and heart ruptures, all without significant damage to his torso? Other than the bruising and the cut on his crotch, Flanagan's outer body showed no signs of a beating, and how could showed no signs of a beating. And how could such a rumble have taken place in a hotel room without a thing being toppled or even disturbed, without anyone in the adjacent rooms hearing a thing? And there was no room, and there was no answer to all the important questions. Why? Greg appeared to have had no enemies. Apple talked a lot to Susie. She had been in her 20s, a singer in a rock band when she met Greg. She clearly adored him. Susie was a delightful, offbeat Southern belle, buxom and pretty and warm and oh so differential, but also, in that time, honored Southern way, stubborn as a tick. She was heartbroken and fierce at the same time. Greg was the nicest man she had ever met. He was so nice that she married him twice. Wild. First as kids, and then after parting ways for a number of years again in middle age, when Susie first called him again after that separation, he said, I've been waiting for you to call. They had been married the second time for 15 years. His brother and co workers said he had been universally liked in their company. His life at the Elegante rarely intersected with anyone else's. He went to his room early in the evening and usually stayed there by himself until morning. Greg had never been seen down at the bar. He did not socialize or drink a lot or pick up women. So this was not a drunk. This was not a philanderer or a man who got into fights. This was a decent, honorable, smart, and successful man whom people liked. They loved him. They loved Greg Flanagan. Come on. Kidding me? People loved this man. The sort of man nobody would murder, yet somebody had. Through the fall and into the winter of 2010, Apple pursued a number of possibilities. Maintenance records show that at some point early in the evening of his death, while cooking prepackaged popcorn in the microwave, Greg had inadvertently blown an electrical circuit. The outage had affected the adjacent room 349 and the rooms directly underneath. Greg had called the front desk to report the outage and confessed his role sheepishly to the man who had come up to reset the breaker. Crazy. This led to two theories. The first involved sex. The Elegante maintenance man happened to have a rap sheet as a sex offender. Oh my god. Might the puncture wound to the scrotum and internal injuries have been caused by a long screwdriver? Some sort of bizarre and kinky assault. Apple spent a lot of time talking to the maintenance man and looked into his background, but this theory never advanced beyond wild suspicion. The second theory involved a group of union electricians staying at the Elegante, a number of whom had been in the room next door, room 349, on the night Greg died. They were in town for an extended stay doing a job for an oil company. At night, they tended to assemble in one another's rooms to drink. What if some of them had been partying next door when their electricity went out? Might one or more of them have knocked on Greg's door and perhaps, drunk and annoyed, exchanged words and then assaulted him in the hallway? Could Greg, badly beaten, have returned to his room and collapsed? Some of the electricians had been questioned on the day the body was found, but none of them said they had any interaction with the man in 348. This is wild. Crazy shit. 9 days after Greg's death, Apple and a colleague returned to the third floor of the Cabana wing to question some of these same men again. Apple was wearing a hidden video camera. The men they encountered were friendly and appropriately curious. What happened to that guy anyway? Asked Lance Mueller, a sharp featured man with dark thinning hair dressed in a t-shirt and blue jeans. Mueller was the man registered in room 349 along with the roommate Tim Steinmetz. I did not make that name up. That name was on here. Steinmetz. I did not make that shit up. Hell, I don't know, Apple said. Honestly, that's what I'm trying to find out. It was almost like something fell on him or something. We're just trying to see if somebody heard something, or maybe somebody knows somebody heard something, or maybe somebody messed with him. Mueller and Steinmetz had nothing to offer. The two electricians said they thought they had heard the man in the next room coughing when they returned from the bar. Mueller seemed as confused as Apple was about the idea that someone had crushed the man. There's nothing in these rooms heavy enough, he said. Down the hall, they found three more of the electricians, Trip Passano and Thomas Elkins and Scott Hamilton. Finally, a regular ass name. The men were friendly and tried to be helpful. One said that When he had seen the body on a gurney in the elevator, he had first assumed they were caterers delivering a cake or a big food tray. How do you mistake a damn gurney for a motherfucking food tray? Like how? Just how? How you how you how you mistake that? Like how does that happen? How do you mistake a gurney for a food tray? Anyway, that's a better thought, said Apple. That's not a better thought. Like what? Pisano said he had been in the room with Mueller and Steinmetz that night but hadn't seen anything. The electricians handed over the driver's license and gave Apple their cell phone numbers. They would be in town for a few more months if anything came up. Happy to help. Weeks went by, months went by. Apple worked any theory he could imagine. He considered the possibility that Susie had had her husband killed. He considered Michael Flanagan, Greg's brother and partner. There was nothing that even hinted at either person. There was nothing. My nose itches mad bad. I'm sorry, y'all. Who doesn't love a mystery solved? It creates order from disorder, solves our ache for moral balance. Okay, never seen it spelled like that, but okay. An unsolved mystery is like a stone in your shoe. That is where the case of the body in room 348 was by the end of 2010. Oh my God, the news came on. Hold on. How am I able to? Okay, my fault. Distractions. Distractions. More distractions. A lot more distractions. I swear, y'all. I don't know what's going on with my nose, bro. It's just for some reason so bad. Hold on. This shit itches like a motherfucker. I don't know why. Who doesn't edit there? Room 348 was by the end of 2010. Scott Apple was stymied. Don't know what that means. Hoping to unearth something new in November, the family had put up a $50,000 reward. It produced nothing. $50,000, and nobody came up with who murdered this dude. It's crazy. Michael hired a private detective from Houston, a former FBI agent. Apple met with the man and reviewed the case. That was the last he saw of him. The matter of Greg Flanagan was bound for the cold files. It would be just another sad box of notes and evidence stored in the Jefferson County Courthouse. How much further do we have with this shit? This is a long ass joint. I'm not even gonna hold you. Should we keep pressing forward? Should we keep pressing forward? Should we keep pressing forward? We can keep pressing forward. My shit is low. Okay. A fresh pair of eyes. Fresh pair of eyes. Ken Brennan took Susie's call on the golf course. She was surprised that he picked up the phone himself. Ken Brennan speaking. Oh my God, you don't have a secretary? Susie asked. She was flustered. Flustered that she didn't have a secretary. The detective had answered on the first ring. She could barely get the story out. Greg's death, the coroner's findings, the dead end. He asked her to send him some files. He'd take a look. She said he had been feeling under the weather, but she could try to pull the trigger what she had pronto and send it off to him. Well, said Brennan, you need to fucking take care of yourself. That's what he said. And that's what he said. You need to fucking take care of yourself. Like everything Brennan says, this came in a thick New York accent and a voice that sounds like it's strained through a cubic yard of gravel. It was no bullshit. You better listen to me, command. That was all the more startling because he had said something tender. It endeared him to Susan immediately. Brennan is a former Long Island cop and DEA special agent who now makes a good living as a private detective in Florida. That's why he was on the golf course in February. He is pushing 60, still solid, and always tan and stylish. In the South Florida manner, blue eyed, thick necked, and ruggedly handsome, he is partial to lightweight, short sleeved shirts that shows off his torso and big arms. He wears flashes of gold at the neck and wrist and Irish rings on several fingers. Brennan's hair is mostly white now and is combed straight back on the sides and straight up in the front in a low key pompadour, cocky but dignified. Months later, not long after Greg was killed, a young lawyer friend, Kia Sherman, had told Susie and Michael about Brennan. Sharing Susie's frustration with the investigation, she had hit upon the strategy of filing a lawsuit against the hotel as a means of pursuing the probe privately. She had read an article by me in this magazine, The Case of the Vanishing Blonde, December 2010, detailing Brennan's remarkable success in resolving a 2005 cold case in Miami. Now, when the investigation seemed hopeless, Sherman brought up to Brennan again. If you want to do something, she urged Susie, you have got to call this guy, the one I told you about. Just find him. Just find him. Just find him. All right, I'm gonna take a break real quick. I think we like halfway through. I think we like halfway through. I'm beautiful, damn it. That's crazy. That's a crazy name. Mm. I hope everybody's week is going well. I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna keep reading. I know it's a little bit of a boring thing. I don't know what's going on, huh? With my brother and them's shit, but we gonna keep pressing forward with this reading and shit. Brandon can be readily found on the internet and is asked to take more cases than he can handle. People come to him with unsolved murders and disappearances. He takes these people seriously and handles them gently. When he reads a file, he is looking for a case that intrigues him, but also one where he thinks he might be able to accomplish something. I ain't in the business of getting people false hope, he says. The Flanagan case appealed to him because of the mystery, but also because there were so many avenues to explore. Greg's family and co-workers, hotel guests, and maintenance men to Detective Apple, none of these leads seemed fresh anymore. To Brennan, they were all new and potentially promising. He knew that a fresh pair of eyes was perhaps the most valuable thing he brought to an investigation. Brennan visited Lafayette in April. He worked Susie over first, asking her a lot of hard questions about their relationship, about Greg's faithfulness, about insurance arrangements, satisfying himself that the wife had no clear motive to have him killed. Let me ask you one more thing, said Brennan. Was there anything about the crime scene that didn't seem right to you, that seemed off? Susie told him that she was surprised that the room was so warm when Greg's co-workers entered it when Greg's co-workers entered it the following morning. Her husband liked to crank up the AC at night. Then Brennan went home and made arrangements for a second trip to Beaumont. Apple came out to a sports bar late to meet him. The two men ate and talked. Brennan told Apple that he always tells the cops he meets in his work, listen, I'm not a maverick. I don't go doing things half-cocked. If I decide we're going to do this, we're going to do this as a team. There's nothing I'm going to do that you're not going to know about. And there should be nothing that you're going to do that I don't know about. The one thing I won't do is fuck up your case. That's what he said. The one thing I won't do is fuck up your case. I've been doing this a long time, but I also know that you're the guy in charge here, so it's your case. Part of what was going on in Beaumont checking out Apple, I don't want to work with somebody I don't like, he told me. He prides himself on being able to read people very quickly. He liked Beaumont Detective. He liked the Beaumont Detective. It was a mutual it was mutual. It was mutual. As Apple would put it later, Ken has good people skills. Dry toothpaste. This little chapter is called Dry Toothpaste. This little section is called Dry Toothpaste. This is a lot, actually. Do I even want to keep reading this shit? Like, really? Do I even really want to keep reading this shit? Do I? Should I keep reading this shit? I honestly don't. My nose itches bad. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't want to keep reading this shit. I was supposed to have help. I was supposed to have help reading all this shit. But, you know, things happen. People get lost in translation. People get lost in sauce. It's okay. Maybe I should just do a live instead of a podcast. It feels weird doing a podcast by myself. I'm not gonna lie. It's always been me and my brothers, man. It's always been me and my brothers, man. Now I'm sitting here looking crazy doing this by myself, bro. Yeah, man. Where's the energy? Where's the love type shit? One of my brothers is on the road and my other brother is having technical difficulties, man. Like I don't know, bro. We supposed to have things lined up and shit, man. My nose itch. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why the fuck my nose itch and it's damn. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling this, bro. Damn. Damn, man. No, they can't because they don't have 1,000 followers like I do, man. I don't know, bro. Damn, man. Damn, dude. I'm gonna have to cut this short. I'm gonna have to cut it short. We're gonna have to be back next week. We're just gonna have to be back next week, man. We're gonna have to be back next week. I'll stay going live. Nah, man, it's technical difficulties, dude. It's technical difficulties, dude. It's too many technical difficulties. I was going through technical difficulties. They're going through technical difficulties. It's choppy.